All right, the Vikings wrapped up the final day of minicamp practice, mandatory minicamp practice. Here is what went down. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and the Minnesota Vikings wrapping up their mandatory minicamp today with their second practice and the last practice they will have together until they come back. Reconvene, as they say, for training camp. My hat seems to be a bit crooked, whatever. So we're going to talk about the news and nuggets that came out with today's practice. Before you do, subscribe to the channel, like the vids, comment as well. Become a YouTube member too. Take it one step further. Why not become a YouTube member? Subscribe to the channel. If you are a Patreon, move that over to YouTube membership. We are not doing Patreon anymore. Strictly YouTube. So you get exclusive content and also a chance to be entered in a drawing for Onebar and Lupagus swag. So let's talk about what went down today at the Vikings practice. A lot of these came from Sam Ekstrom on Twitter. Also Will Reagan. So props to them for putting this stuff out there. And we're going to put our own little take on what they reported. No real rhyme or reason to this. I'm just going to kind of take them in random order here, but let's just go over some of the notes and talk-worthy pieces here. Oli Udoh got reps at right tackle in place of Brian O'Neill, which makes sense. That really seems where Oli Udoh should be, is at right tackle. He played pretty damn well there last year when he's put into the role, thrust and inserted into the role, as some might say. Ja'Kalen Roy got some work with the ones today. So the fact that our fifth-round rookie is going to work with the ones, definitely noteworthy. Again, it's only mini camp, but it's something to keep an eye on and watch as the preseason progresses. Mekhi Blackman, another rookie, got working with the ones, both on the boundary and in nickel rolls. Brian Flores already showing the versatility with the third-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings. Mekhi Blackman, if I'm gambling on a rookie to produce right out the bat, it's going to be Mekhi Blackman for me. And Blake Brandel was working as a left guard today with the twos. So Brandel, a versatile piece as depth, guard, tackle, whatever. He can play in both. Today he was at left guard with the twos. Jalen Reagor and Brandon Powell were the only two guys returning punts. And I really think this is the battle to watch. I think not also just for the punt returning job, but also for wide receiver 5. I think Jalen Naylor is going to be 4. And they're going to keep maybe 5 or 6. And it's going to be Reagor or Powell. I don't think it's going to be both. I think it's going to be one or the other. So interesting who emerges as a punt returner. That could be the deciding factor. Or maybe if one of them looks better as a receiver, that could determine it if they're both very close as far as punt returning goes. But that's interesting that it's just those two taking on the punts today. I think that's definitely something to talk about and to keep an eye on as well. Greg Joseph reportedly out-kicked Jack Podlesny in the field goal session at the end. Podlesny hooked a couple wide left, which has kind of been his MO. Anything over 40, he's a bit shaky, but he did nail a 55-yarder. So a guy who's been, by any expert has been said to have a weak leg. In fact, he did nail a 55-yarder. Gives him something to build off and maybe some confidence going into the break when he comes back and challenges Greg for the kicking job. Nick Mullins struggled at quarterback. He threw a pick to Lewis Seen, who is still not with the first team. Lewis Seen taking a second team reps. So it's still not with the first team. I think that's going to change pretty quick when training camp gets going. But Mullins, he threw that pick to Lewis Seen, had near pick to Jalen Williams, the undrafted rookie corner, as he overthrew Thayer Thomas, who shined like a diamond, as Rihanna would say, yesterday. Cousins kind of struggled today. He threw, I think he threw one interception and then like 4 near picks. One almost got sniped by Byron Murphy. He missed Naylor, which Blackman easily broke up. Jordan Hicks broken up to Johnny frickin' Munsky. And then he underthrew KJ Osborne on a deep ball, which was a near pick by Caleb Evans. He did, however, have a very nice deep bombs to Jalen Naylor for a touchdown. So Cousins, not overly sharp today, but he did hit that bomb touchdown to Jalen Naylor. So that's pretty huge. Josh Oliver, everybody calls Josh Oliver a blocking tight end, but he had a touchdown again in the red zone period, showing that he will be a asset in the Vikings passing attack. He's not just a strictly one-dimensional player. He will be a factor in the passing game as well. He's shown that a couple times in these mini camps. Sounds like Caleb Evans had a good day. He was with the first team defense. He broke up a pass on 7-7s and he almost had that highlight pick to end 11-11s when he broke up the pass. I believe that was intended to KJ Osborne from Kirk Cousins. So Caleb Evans in the lineup last year with the concussions. You got Blackman coming in. You got Andrew Booth Jr. Sounds like he looked very, very good. And if you're looking for a favorite to start outside, assuming Byron Murphy's the other guy, it's probably a Caleb Evans at this point, but a lot to be determined as far as that goes. We're only sitting here at June 14th, so a lot of summer left to figure out who that's going to be, but Caleb Evans, definitely the lead horse early in that one. And then the old KG veteran, Harrison Smith, had an interception today. So Harrison Smith, I mean, maybe his swan song with the Vikings, still showing that he has it, intercepting Kirk Cousins today. So again, this is the final practice until training camp kicks off here end of July. So we are now in the Vikings moratorium. News will be very far and few in between. We'll be coming up with topics to talk about. And we'll see what happens with Dino Hunter. That's kind of the big situation to watch. What's going to happen with their big old pass rusher there. But no more mini camps. This is it. This is it till training camp. So a little bit of a lull here, but we'll keep you informed best we can. Again, guys, enjoy your summer, and we'll be back. We'll try to be back every day with some kind of video for you to keep you in the Vikings mood, getting you ready for the 2023 season. And guys, while you're waiting for that, remember, become a YouTube member and keep your skull.